Welcome to DEPENDAsplaining.
The podcast.
The podcast where we tell you what you're doing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And we try to fix it for you via this podcast.
Yeah.
Because we have all the answers.
Always.
Yes. If you have the answers, you should email us.
You should.
With your answers.
You should.
At DEPENDAsplaining@gmail.com. Or the Facebook, or the Twitter, or the Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Which was, I was on Instagram earlier using the filters.
Yes.
Oh, they're fun.
They're hilarious.
Yes.
Some of them are really, very entertaining.
I was doing the eyelashes.
Oh, those are fun.
Yeah.
I like to see what I look like with pretend eyelashes on.
Yeah.
Much easier than putting your own on.
I cannot put them on at all. I went to a makeup tutorial last week that our friend Allie hooked us up with. Or hooked me up with, I should say. But I tried to put on lashes. I attempted my right eye about 4 times. It just kept peeling off. And so I just yanked them both off. I was like, this is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I can't take this anymore. I can't live like this.
If you can put on fake eyelashes, you have some serious talent.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for real.
Yep.
It is. I just don't even know.
Hey, Jen.
Yes.
Are you a negative Nancy?
No.
Are you?
Not all the time.
Are you a hater? Do you poop out at parties?
No way, I'm not a party pooper.
Okay.
I like to have fun at parties.
Okay, because nobody likes a negative Nancy, you know? Remember, I don't know if you ever watched SNL, Debbie Downer? There was a character on there called Debbie Downer, and she would basically poop out at parties. Like, she would make everyone, like, really sad. Everybody would be happy. She'd be like, did you know that plastic bags kill people or whatever? Like, some random fact like that.
Random depressing fact.
Very depressing fact, yeah.
Yeah, that's not a way to live your life.
What about that spouse when you're like, oh my god, I just got orders to blah blah blah. And they're like, I was there and I hated it.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
We have all met at least one in our life now.
Right.
And they are the worst.
Yeah.
They just make you feel terrible all the time. You're really excited about this thing or your new place you're going to live, or if you're just getting a new car, or you're moving to a different house at the same place, and they just crap all over it.
They crap all over it.
Yeah.
Like a pigeon in the city.
Which then it's like, then you start second guessing yourself. You're like, well, maybe I shouldn't be excited anymore. Maybe they're right. Maybe this is not good.
Yeah.
And that's not okay.
It's not okay.
Don't be like that.
Don't be like that. And also, if you encounter somebody, remember that it's their own opinion.
Yes.
And it's not a very nice opinion to say, because they're seeing the glass half empty.
Yeah.
They're not seeing it full, or more room for more water.
Yeah.
More possibilities.
So what are, like, the characteristics that you've encountered from a negative Nancy milspouse?
Well, seeing any situation in a negative way, like only finding the negatives of that situation, whatever it is. I've had, and I've been there. I've done it too, unintentionally. Mm-hmm. But I really try to focus on the good. We were stationed in Montana, and that's probably on the list of worst bases in the Air Force to be stationed at. We enjoyed our time there. Yes, there are some negative aspects of it, maybe where it's at, the location. But other than that, there is lots of positives, and I tried to take that away from my experience there and try to pass that on to other people. And just the other day, I met somebody that was stationed in Minot, which is probably like one of the top ones.
Oh my
She
goodness.
said she enjoyed her time so much there. That there was so much to do on base and even off base.
I've heard that too. Yeah. I have heard really good things just of like the community in Minot and everything too. And even just the local people that live around there. I've heard they're just very friendly and very helpful. Yeah, that type of thing. I just think people see it as this, like, I don't know if it's like a small base or how big it is.
I don't know.
I think it's not huge, but not too tiny.
Yeah.
But still, to me, I just think of all the snow.
the snow and the cold.
Yeah.
And I think that's what people think, because honestly, now that I think of it, I've never met anybody who's been stationed there that didn't like it.
Right.
Yeah. We had a few friends that were stationed there, and they enjoyed themselves. I think my neighbor's from there.
Yeah.
She's from there, so.
Honestly, anytime I've, like, heard someone, or if Dave's told me about somebody who's lived there before, they've had nothing but good things to say about it.
Yeah.
Sure, the cold sucks, yeah, because you're living in, just feet of snow and negative degree weather and whatnot, but I've heard it's not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I could do it, because snow.
Yeah. I think there's a way to approach that, like if you've had something, a bad encounter with a place, maybe say like, focus on the positives, and then be like, well, my experience, I did have experience where I didn't enjoy myself because of whatever, if you want to disclose that or not. But we have friends that were stationed here in England that were looking forward to their arrival here in England, and were super excited. And then they got here and they received bad news, and it soured the rest of the tour here. Mm-hmm. And the way they left, it soured the tour here.
Yeah.
And that was, but they still look back and they miss it, and they have fond memories of being stationed here. But it's like overall their experience, they had a lot of negatives while they were here. Mm-hmm. So it depends on the experience you have.
Yeah, so things like that can really sour your look on it, and you can just, you'll be that person who is counting down the days until they get to leave. Mm-hmm. And it sucks that it gets to that point. I have heard of people who've had nothing but bad luck the entire time, just from the moment they get to the space to the moment that they finally get to leave. It's like they're just constantly stuff happening, and it's not always your fault. Right. Obviously things happen, and your car breaks down, or like your house gets broken into, or different things like that, or you're trying to pick up your car and you can't pick up your car from VPC because then it's your spouse who's on the name, and fiascos that happen that are kind of out of your control.
Yeah.
But besides that, you put out the energy
that you're going to
get back. So you're going to put out all that negative energy constantly and hate where you are because you've had some bad stuff in the beginning, and it's just going to continue to be bad.
Right.
You get what you put out.
Exactly. And it's like, just picture yourself being really excited about an assignment you're going to go to, and then you meet somebody and they're like shitting all over the post or the base, or the camp, and you're like, what? Why are you telling me this? Like, God, what are we getting ourselves into? And then you go home to your spouse, your active duty spouse, and you're like, oh my gosh, like I just heard all this, and it's like you're already going with a mindset that's like, this isn't going to be good because so and so told me that they hated it there and it was awful and they would never go back. So
it's hard. So like we have suggested before, when you get you first get your PCS orders and you're so excited and you know where you're going. And so you go to those Facebook pages and you want to get on the spouses pages and, be like, hey, we're moving here. We see it all the time out here. And people just use that as a way to like just throw out all the negativity of where you are.
Complain about everything. This morning I was reading about TLF because on an Air Force base now, TLF is not funded by the government. They're non-funded, so they set their own rates, which are higher than what the military will pay you.
They went up exponentially.
A lot. And it's like, it's really for a room, like you don't even have breakfast. Like you can sleep and eat cheaper at,
This is not the Hilton, guys.
Yeah. Well, you could probably sleep and eat breakfast cheaper for, at the Marriott or the Hilton. But anyways, complaining about that, complaining about the conditions of the room. It's like, sometimes you're not going to be able to get something that's as comfortable as your own home or as you would pay at a luxury hotel or the accommodations off base. People live different ways in different countries and different states. Everything's different, It's just people's like, well, they didn't have a broom to clean the house, and it's like, I don't know. I find it so silly, like those little things that people nitpick. It's like some of it's not in your control, and there's nothing you can do. Some of it is in your control, and then you should just fix that. You should fix that part that is in your control. You don't have a broom in the room? Guess what? They sell them.
Yeah,
at the BX or the PX or the Exchange or whatever you want to call it.
You can walk down there because you're going to need one anyway when you move into your house. Because that's the first thing I always buy.
The first thing, yeah.
Is a new broom.
Yes, this is true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh yeah, no, I saw that too. And it's just, I mean, you can be frustrated and it's fine. Like, sometimes, sure, some of the living conditions that military families have to be put through, yeah, it kind of sucks. Like, mold in houses that doesn't ever get fixed. It just gets covered up. And,
no.
Yeah, you know, sometimes TLF sucks big time, but it's only temporary, thankfully. And hopefully you won't have to stay very long. Be grateful that you got a spot at Pet TLF, because if you have a pet and trying to get TLF spots, it's near impossible to do.
Yeah.
When we moved to the UK, we had to board our dog. We couldn't even get a pet TLF room.
Oh.
We were lucky enough to get a TLF room because they were fully booked when we had first tried to get in. Because I think leaving families have priority.
Yes.
So, you know, coming in, it's every man for themselves.
Slim pickings, yeah.
Yeah. So it's a hard thing to do, and it sucks, but you just kind of have to. You gotta go with it.
You gotta know it's temporary, like you said. You gotta know it's temporary. You're not gonna be in there for long. And then you'll be in your own home where you can complain about something else. You know, about it not being perfect and...
The radiator's leaking
and your toy room floods.
Oh, no.
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
That's what Lindsay's going through right now. She was telling us this morning. She's at work, by the way. That her kids' room, her playroom flooded because the radiator... they didn't cap it off right, and so it was leaking water everywhere. But she still had a smile on her face, and she's like, I'm gonna go to work and talk about the book club, and I'm gonna read you this book, or bring you this book so you can read it.
Yes.
She seemed happy. And then I was like walking around, I was like, my house is a mess, and I was like, well, it's not floody mess, but it's just kid mess. I was like, sorry, I didn't mean to be that wife. I was being like, my problem's bigger than yours.
Yeah, I hear your problem, but guess what? Here's my problem.
Yeah. Yeah, one of those too, right? One of those spouses too. It's like, oh, my husband's been gone for a week. And it's like, mine's been gone for 6 months.
Yeah.
It's like, you never know. I mean, you miss them just the same, you know?
Do, no matter how many times they go or how long they go for. And it sucks.
We can't help but think that way sometimes when we hear somebody else complaining that their husband's been gone. Like, I was reading one time, and it's like, my husband's been gone. You know, he or she works for 15 hours a week. And I was like, mine works for 24, and I don't see him for an entire day.
Yeah, you go a whole day every other day without one.
Yeah. But then there's other shifts in the fire department where they go like 2 days without seeing their families. Yeah. And then they're home for like 3 or 4 days. Yeah. It's like, mine's every other day.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
Your husband's never home, I feel like.
Well, thankfully it's slowed down a lot and everything now. But yeah, he was like 1 year, last year, the year before, it was just gone constantly. So much. I think he was gone more than he actually was here for the whole year.
I remember once he was gone for like 6 weeks, I think was the most. Yeah.
Yeah, just gone.
Bye.
I was like, okay, we'll see you when we see you. Yeah. Just living the dream, staying at 5-star hotels.
Yeah, nobody feels sorry for him.
No, don't feel sorry for him.
Yeah, going to 5-star resorts.
And then every now and then he, has to get back into military reality of like sleeping in a tent. So
I think that was Kyle's last TDY. He had to
knock
sleep
him back into it
in the tent. Oh, poor guys.
Yeah, but I know, and I don't mean to, like, judge other wives and be like, oh, yeah, okay, your life is just so hard. Your husband's gone for 2 days. But it's just because we're kind of seasoned. So we've been through a lot of TDYs and deployments and them leaving. So we're kind of like, what's like 3 days? It's great. Then I actually get to miss you. And then you get to come back and I'll be like, oh, I really appreciate you being here.
Yeah. Sometimes I hear about these younger, dependents, younger spouses that are like complaining about a schedule. I'll be like, and I bite my tongue and I don't say anything. I'll be like, you have no idea.
No, you don't.
Yeah. You have no idea. Just like, we're Air Force wives, and I'm sure some Army spouses are listening. They're like, you have no idea. And some Marine spouses are like, you have no idea.
Yeah.
And then the Navy's like, you have no idea. And then we're like, none of us have any idea.
We don't.
We don't know.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, nobody knows anything.
We all go through different struggles, that's for sure. But knowing to not be that negative Nancy with those struggles is so much better.
Yeah.
I know, like, when we first got orders over to the UK was my first thing. Get on a spouse's page and just be like, okay, just, tell me all the details. Where, like, what should I do about living? Like, where's the best places? Things like that. Just your typical thing that everybody always asks. I got so many messages from military spouses that were
Did you really?
You need to live on base. It's so much better. The houses are bigger. You get American-sized fridge. You get regular, washer, dryer, and things, and everything's a little bit bigger on base, and then blah, blah, blah. And I was like, it constantly was live on base. Live on base.
No.
Don't live on the economy. Don't do this. Don't live in
this
locals.
area.
It's like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like, thank you for telling me, opinions on, like, well, this area is kind of sketchy and stuff, but but constantly just being like, because you get an American-sized fridge, or because you might get a bigger washer dryer, because, it's America, live here. And it's like, no. Like, have some, like, legitimate reasons why you are not liking somebody. It's like, oh, this one area is a little, they've had a lot of break-ins lately.
Yeah.
So just be careful, or, whatever. Yeah. But not just because, like, I need my American-sized fridge. No, I don't.
It's okay. I can suffer without it.
Yes.
I don't have an American fridge, and my fridge is bigger than what we had when we were in America.
Your fridge is so nice.
Well, that's because we bought it.
Oh,
like,
no.
We bought it used, but still, hopefully we'll get some of the money back.
Yeah, it is nice. And sure, yeah, the refrigerators here, they kind of suck. They're like tall, skinny things. I don't even know how to describe them, but you can't fit a lot of food in them. But people go shopping like every day.
Yeah. When we were stationed in Belgium, our house had a built-in fridge into the cabinet, and it was just a fridge. There was no freezer in it. I don't think. No, there was no freezer in it, and it was probably the half of the size as your fridge portion.
Yeah.
That was what we were expected to use in the house. And then we ended up getting a loaner fridge, and it only fit in our garage. It wouldn't fit in the house. And it would stop working when it was too cold.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It was fun times. So we really had to plan for our food. Like, luckily it was just Kyle and me. We didn't have the kids yet. And so we were able to, like, plan out. Sometimes we would just put drinks and, like, leftovers in there.
Yeah.
And then it'd be so cold outside it'd stop working, but it was cold enough to keep the food. I'd be like, oh, we gotta hurry because the temperature's gonna rise soon, and we gotta get in there before the fridge doesn't work again. So, but yes, what were we saying about negative Nancy's? We don't like them.
You just bring everybody down. You can have an opinion. Down. That's totally fine. Everybody has their opinions, and you do go through hardships and stuff too. So yeah, it can kind of. It will turn you off of a place, that's for sure. But
yes,
that doesn't mean you have to use your negative happenings and to tell everyone about the negative
and why you're gonna hate this place, this location.
Yeah.
This is why you have your community of friends to be able to vent with them and talk to them and tell them the negative things you're going through. It's like, hopefully they will understand, It does get old after a while, just hearing somebody just constantly be negative and not find maybe a silver lining in the situation. But that's, that's going to be in your group of friends that you have. But as far as you like meeting someone new and that's how you approach them, it's going to really put them off. It's really going to throw them off, and no one's going to have a good time.
No, I don't like being friends with people like that. It's just very exhausting. Honestly, it takes a lot of energy to be negative, and then it really brings everybody down. I'm really sensitive with emotions, so when people are like really bringing it down, it's like I get brought down and I get tired, and I'm like, okay, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah,
you need to be happy.
Be happy.
Just find a positive
Yeah.
You can have a negative. It's totally fine, but find a positive out of it too. It's like, well, this like really sucks. Like, oh, I have too many doors in my house, but at least I can close them off and that room will be warmer.
There you go.
See?
Yeah. I have too many doors. Why is there so many doors? Why is everything sectioned off in rooms? Because the smaller the space, the warmer it gets.
Yes. Which is, it is nice because, I can close up my living room and my living room will get nice and warm.
Yep.
So, there you go.
Another encounter I've had is, I know last episode we were making fun of Floridians, but not really. We were making fun. And it was
stereotype of Floridians.
The stereotype, but we made fun of other states as well. But it's like stuff like I had a few times where I'm like, oh, I'm from California, and they'd be like, oh, I'm sorry. It's like, why are you sorry that I'm from California? I had one girl's like, oh, we can't be friends. I'm sorry. I just hate Californians. It's like, why? Why would you say that to me? If I wouldn't have told you where I was from, we wouldn't have known, why? Why would you say something like that? I would never tell you, be like, oh, you're from Texas? I'm sorry. We can't be friends. I'm sorry you're from Texas.
I really hate those 5-gallon hats that everybody wears all the time and the horses you ride, so I can't be friends with you.
I hate how you're always on your horse.
Yeah. I hate how big your hair has to be all the time, so we can't be friends.
The bigger the hair, the closer to God. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Jen, where are you from?
I'm from Arizona.
Where?
I can't say that.
I hate you.
Good.
I hate Arizona. It's so hot.
Me too.
There's so many cactus.
Yeah.
They're so prickly.
Yeah. There's such
green.
Pricks.
Yeah, they're such pricks.
There's a lot of pricks in Arizona.
They're just standing out there in the desert like a fork. What are you gonna stab with that fork? There's no steak up in the sky. What are you doing?
Know.
Yeah. Gosh, you guys have so many lizards and snakes and so much sand.
Tarantulas. Ugh. I know. Yeah. I would hate me too, I guess. I totally would. I understand.
Yeah. See, it's like, you're like beating a dead horse. Why? I don't understand that. It's
I hate the college that's in your town.
Yeah.
My college from my hometown is way better.
Yeah.
But it's not.
You're from California? I don't like the color of your sunsets. They're too fucking orange.
Where's the pink and the purple?
Yeah.
Okay?
Where all the pinks and purples go? Why is it so orange? It's like unnatural.
Why is everyone so tan there? I don't get it.
Yeah. I don't get it. Why are you always trying to save the trees and the turtles?
That's the most ridiculous reason to not be friends with somebody. Don't be that spouse, okay?
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
Yeah. This is why you should keep your mouth shut in your politics, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Until you become really good friends with somebody, there's really no reason to voice your strong opinions about that, honestly.
Yeah, unless you're, like you said, if you're a good friend and you're able to, really listen to the other person's opinion and you can give your opinion with them.
And not get offended.
Yeah, and don't get offended. It's fine. Lindsay gives us her political views sometimes, and that's fine. I don't mind that she's wrong. Sorry, Lindsay. I love you. That was really weird. I accept her for her wrongness. I love her with all her flaws. No, but see, we can still manage to be friends because I respect her opinion.
Yeah, and it's because it's not affecting you. It's their choice, and it's honestly, it's a good conversation.
Yes. Yeah. Same thing with religion.
It's a nice intellectual conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can be friends with people who are not into your same religion.
Yeah.
It's totally fine.
Be curious about their religion if they're willing to open up to you and share their experience. I have a friend that I met in Montana. She is Mormon, and I was super curious because I didn't know they wore layers under their clothes. I didn't know that. So one time we were sitting outside, and she was like, wearing jeans, right? And we were like, it was boiling hot outside. And she said, oh my gosh, she's like, you think you're hot? Like, I have 3 layers on. And I was like, oh my God, why? And she told me, and I was like, it kind of, like, she's like, well, I have this, and then I have my, whatever she wears underneath it. And I didn't ask her anymore, you know, and then later on, I was like, I'm really curious, like, can you explain to me? She's like, sure. And she went into depth about her religion and, like, what she has to follow, and it was really beautiful. Like, I loved listening to it, you know, even though I'm not a religious person, but I love listening about that kind of stuff.
I mean, it's quite interesting because you didn't grow up that way. You don't know about, you know, you only hear a certain amount of things about other people's religion and whatnot too. And so you only know a minimal amount about it. So I always like learning about it. Like, Dave knew a guy in his work that is Mormon too. And so they have like specific underwear that they get. Yeah. And it's white. It has to be white, I think. Or something like that. White. Or I think so. I could be wrong, and I'm sorry. But he said that he has to have the specific underwear, and they have it sent away to be blessed. Yeah. And that's the only ones that they can wear. Yeah. So it's very, you know, so interesting, different things that's the thing, is you be open-minded, and you'll meet so many different kinds of people that have done so many different things in their life. Yeah. Even like our friend Kitty, she's very involved in the Catholic Church, and she's very passionate about her religion, and she will share with you everything that she believes in, and she's like posting stuff on social media, but she doesn't like, you have to be this because this is the right way. Right. And she's the great example of like, you don't have to follow that religion or believe in it even to, you know, be her friend. Like, she's totally accepting of no matter what you think. Exactly. This is my passion. I'm very passionate about it. So she wants to put it out there, and that's great. But it's like, if you're her friend and you're not really like fully into it, it's like, well, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. She doesn't shove it down your throat either and be like, this is the way. Or we can't be friends because you're not of the same religion. You don't have the same beliefs. Yeah. So you don't have to be like Kitty. You be like Kitty. Yeah. You don't have to be the same religion to have the same values. So it's just my opinion. Yeah, it's have an open mind. That's what we need. Yeah. So we're talking about the negative wives. Yes. So there's like a few of it. It's not just being negative about places and, you know, where you are and where you're going to be stationed. It's also about don't be like those wives that are having to be better than everybody else. Oh. There are like some people that are like serious Stepford wife, like everything has to be perfect. I'm this perfect, amazing male spouse. Nobody is perfect. You don't have to volunteer for all the things military related if you don't want to. But by all means, get involved. Yeah. I encourage it. Get yourself in there, but it doesn't mean you don't have to do everything. No. You don't have to do them all. No. Don't feel the pressure. No. Because there are those spouses that I have met too that are so driven, and they are so dedicated to all like military spouse activities, volunteering, spouses club, kids school, library, and, you know, doing all like all those things. Anything that's up there for opportunity for them to volunteer for, they're in it. And that's great that they have a lot of that motivation to do it. Yeah, but don't judge the ones that don't want to do that kind of stuff. There's some spouses that are just perfectly content not getting involved. Some of them don't even want anything to do with like their husband's unit or shop or I'm sorry, I said husbands, I'm sorry, with their active duty spouses. They're like their unit or their shop or, you know, whatever career field they're in. They don't want anything. Some of them don't even go on base or post, which is fine. Yeah. That's that's kind of how they want to live their life, and they don't really want to be a part of the military community, which is fine. Yeah. I also think you kind of need it a little bit, but if you are good on your own anywhere you go, there you are. Yeah. Also, like the ones that are the spouse that's married to an active duty that's a little bit higher ranking than a younger spouse, it's like, instead of like towering over them, it's like, take them under your wing and like
show them things. Be like, oh, well, I was part of this program that helped me out with my confidence, or I got involved in this one and I got recognized for this or whatever. It's like, maybe do that instead of, being all high and mighty.
Yes. Don't be high and mighty.
Don't be high and mighty. We were all there. We were all down there in the dumps together. We've all been there with our active duty spouse having cents in the checkings account. Be like, what are we gonna do? Let's go to the movies. Yeah, I was talking to the commander's wife the other day, and she's super down to earth, right? And I can't remember what she said about her house, and I said, don't you have a butler? Like, I was joking. She's like, what? It's like, you're the commander's wife. And then she's actually a military brat herself, of active duty enlisted. So then she went and she became a spouse and married an officer. So it's like she's known both sides of the what do you call it? Both sides. She's known both sides of it.
Which I think is good. It's helpful to understand. I mean, honestly, officers are they have higher leadership, but I feel like everybody is still doing the same thing.
Oh, absolutely. And so, and like, if you encounter a spouse that's married to an officer, it's really disappointing when you meet them and they really do think they're high and mighty. I find that more with, like, the younger ones, I feel like. No. Not for yourself.
Sometimes the older ones, too, because they've been around for a while. And
And I mean, I guess it comes with the territory, because you do have to carry yourself a certain way.
Right.
And I think that goes for any active duty spouse. You have to carry yourself a certain way, because you're representing the United States and an entity of the United States that is this highly regarded. And you really do have to behave a certain way and act a certain way. And some of us don't fit that peg. Me. Some of us like to rebel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's more fun that way.
It's more fun. You can take the civilian out of the civilian world, but you can't take the civilian. That didn't work out like I wanted it to. Yeah. But for, like, me, for someone who didn't grow up in the military, I had no idea. I just wanted to be married to my husband. That's it. That's all I cared about. Yeah. And now I know a little bit better. Yeah.
I mean, it's not like you have to be this pristine and perfect and, like, always with, on your spouse's arm and being like, yes, I'm perfect and I do all these things and I'm spouse of the year and I did this.
I
and
have
I'm
my shit together.
Key spouse and I'm the key spouse mentor and I do this and I bake and,
I do bake.
I know, that's good. But so you don't have to do all those things to hold yourself.
Yeah.
You don't have to hold yourself to a high standard like that. But just also be mindful of kind of what you represent. Too.
Yeah. I had an encounter with an officer's wife one time. We were at a play group. I probably mentioned this before. And I was in there and I was brand new to the play group. I was like, the first time I hadn't worked in a very long time and I was staying home with my baby. And I took him to this play group at the gym and I was trying to make mommy friends, and I'm really inappropriate, like with my conversation sometimes. And if I find someone that has the same sense of humor as me, like, I'm like, okay, I'm going to grab onto this person. Because, I tend to say a lot of stupid shit all the time. But I was trying to find my niche among these moms. And I was like, maybe I can't be like this anymore. Maybe I have to be a certain way. I'm a mom now. I'm a mama. I can't be saying bad words.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. But anyways, so I was talking to these ladies and we were getting along fine. And then one of them was like, oh, what does your husband do? I said, oh, he's a firefighter. And she goes, oh, he's enlisted? And I was like, yeah. Like, he's been in for like 7 years or something like that. She's like, oh.
Instant change.
She never spoke to me ever again.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, what? Why?
I don't know.
Just why?
Yeah.
Like I said, there's really no difference between any of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just different roles that they have to play in their career.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that affects you. That doesn't mean it affects, like, any of their spouses.
No.
It's just what they do for their job.
She's not wearing her spouse's rank. Like,
you shouldn't. Ever.
You shouldn't. No, you shouldn't.
Please, God, don't do that.
I think you get enough perks without having to wear their rank.
Right.
As it is. So it's like, come on. Get off of that high horse now before it bucks you right off. You land on your noodle and crack it open.
That's the thing.
I see it's empty.
I don't like that at all. That goes along with being negative all the time. It's like you can't limit yourself to friends of, officer wives if that's what you are. You can't limit yourself to, the husband's an E6, so I can only be friends with E6s or higher. No. Why?
I don't know.
That makes life so much more difficult and terrible, and then you'll have no friends.
Yeah. Way to go, stupid.
And then you'll get pregnant and die.
Speaking of pregnant, there's a few pregnant ladies in my husband's squadron right now. And I'm like so excited because I'm going to get to see all these babies, right? Mm-hmm. I was like, everybody's so young. And it's like, because we waited longer. And I was like, everybody's so young and they're all going to have these cute little babies. And I'm going to be the seasoned mother that gets to get in there and be like, you're doing it wrong.
Let me show you.
No, I would never say that. And I reached out to one of the firewives who's having a baby. She's young. And I said something about the sleep schedule because she's got all these intentions for the baby, right? And I was like, you have all these wonderful intentions, but just remember that all those intentions are going to go out the door when that baby's born. Mm-hmm. You intended not to co-sleep, but it's like that baby will be stuck to your nipple all fucking night.
Yeah.
And then they'll be stuck to the other nipple all night.
You try to pull away to put them in their bed.
Nope.
Guess who's awake again for the rest of the night? And
they open their mouth right away and they're like, where'd it go? And they're like searching everywhere like with their mouth open. Yeah, they latch on so fast after they do that. And then they pull away and you can tell when they're like milk drunk. They pull away and they have a puddle of milk in their mouth.
Yes.
And their mouth is open.
Their eyes are rolling back in their head, and you're like, all right, I did that.
Yeah, I did that. Let's go. It's go time. Let's put him to bed.
I can conquer anything now.
Yes, you can, and you will. Mm-hmm. Good times. Good times. And you'll be so sleep deprived, but you're going to be so happy and in love with that baby. Oh. I want another baby.
No, you don't.
I don't.
No, you don't want to do that again.
No, I just cleaned up a bunch of cracker packets from the car.
Yes.
And my son was like, can I take this in the car? It was that little paper game he had this morning. And I was like, no, because I just picked up 3 wrappers. I was like, I'm pretty sure I only gave you guys 2. And how was there 3 in there already? But I picked them up anyways. I was like, you guys always leave a mess in my car. And then Kyle is the one that's always telling me my car is a mess. And the other day he left all his garbage in there. Like he was snacking on cheese and like turkey cubes in the car. He got him at the commissary on the way out and he was eating them in the car. And he left this trash in the car and in the bag. And I was like, come on, Kyle. And then yesterday he was eating dried pineapple pieces and he left the wrappers in there too. I was like, why do you tell me my car's a mess? You're one of the causes.
He's the problem.
Yes,
Kyle. He's the problem.
You're the problem, Kyle. Yeah. I was like, can you pick up after yourself? And then I went to the gym yesterday when I came. Like, the house was semi-tidy, I guess. It wasn't, clean or whatever. And I came back and there's like, children have scissors. And who provided these children with scissors? Mm-hmm. And glitter glue, Jen.
No.
Glitter glue.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's never a good thing when children have scissors.
Or glitter glue. Any type of glue.
Or just glitter in general.
Or slime.
Oh my God. So much slime everywhere.
I hate slime.
I hate slime so much that it is banished forever from my house.
The inventor of slime. I hope you burn in hell.
Yeah. Whoever found out the mixture to make your own slime, I really hate you so much.
Yes.
because now companies have made their own packages of make your own slime. And my daughter got one for her birthday one time, and I didn't even let her make it. She doesn't even know that she didn't ever make it because I threw it away.
Yeah.
Nope.
My daughter has, she requested the specific thing from my mother-in-law that poops out slime. It poops out slime. And I was so mad. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I can't believe this. Like, I can't believe this is happening to me. And then I didn't let her mix it. I didn't let her mix the slime. And then she had a friend over a few weeks ago. And they mixed it in her closet. So I go in there and there's like glitter everywhere and slime powder everywhere, and I wanted to cry. And there was slime that hadn't set yet, and they had dripped it across her carpet. So by the time I went up there to clean it, it was already setting. So it angers me just thinking about it.
I hate slime.
Yeah, and I'm still finding glitter everywhere. Like, I'll find it in my bed sheets to this day, and it's been like a couple weeks. It was before Christmas, so, and I'm still finding glitter everywhere. And yes, I have changed my sheets since Christmas. Don't worry. Once a week I change them. But
yeah. Slime is the death. I thought Play-Doh was really bad.
No. At least Play-Doh dries and you can vacuum it up.
Yeah. Mostly, unless it gets smashed into your carpet.
In there, then you have to cut it out. But that's pretty water soluble, so you can wash it off with soapy water.
It's easier to get out of the carpet than slime.
Slime, there's been clothes that have been ruined by it, and there's no coming back from it.
Yeah, clothes, couches.
Yeah, couches.
Carpet, just.
Yeah, my life.
Oh my God.
My life has been ruined by slime.
Yes.
Well, look at us being negative, Jen.
Oh no, we went down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. I mean, slime has ruined our lives, but it might bring you happiness.
The one positive I can see out of it makes kids be creative without screens. There you go.
Oh, that's true.
They're at least doing something with their hands.
That's true.
And not watching TV.
That's true. Unless they're watching YouTube.
Unless they're watching somebody make slime.
Which,
you know what? I will condone, because if you're going to watch somebody make the slime and not make the slime, that's fine.
Yeah.
They make the mess with slime. It's not in my house.
Yeah. So just to recap, Jen, we want you guys to not be that spouse, the negative that's going to shit all over everything all the time.
Don't shit on their good time.
Yes. If you have, be happy for someone's cool assignment. Be like, I can't wait to hear your take on this. Our friend Melissa, who's in Canon, she's like, kind of like, meh, whatever, I'm here. Mm-hmm. Which, I'm pretty sure people talk a bunch of shit about the base that she's at. And just other bases is like, don't go here, don't go there. It's like, it's horrible. Don't tell people that.
There's a reason why there's top best and top worst bases.
Yeah.
It has it has all different kinds of reasons why they're good and bad. Mm-hmm. But it ultimately is your decision.
It's what you make of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's what you make of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't hate on people's, future assignments. Don't hate on their home state or home country.
No.
Why would you do that?
I understand if you don't like a certain place, but if you are introduced to somebody and they're like, oh, I'm from blah, 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 and you'll be like, oh, I really hate that place. Why?
What's your point?
Why? Okay.
What's your point?
There goes a friendship that you're not going to have now.
Yeah. It's like great.
Just keep your opinions to yourself.
Yeah. I don't care that you hate my home state. Like, why? What's your point? And then what? Should I not claim that as my home state anymore? I can't. I lived there my whole life.
Sorry, should I be embarrassed that I'm from there?
No, never. Be proud. Be proud.
Don't start second guessing your opinions either just because somebody starts to shit all over something, okay?
Yeah.
If you are really excited about an assignment and people are like, oh, I was there and it was horrible, they didn't give me the right base housing, the carport was really small, and I didn't have a garage, and the fridge was, half the size of my huge giant 2-door bottom freezer American fridge that I used to have. And, don't start second guessing yourself about it, though, either. Because you can be excited. You never know until you actually get there what you'll be encountered with.
Exactly.
So don't start thinking just because somebody doesn't like something that you shouldn't either.
Exactly. It might be your next favorite thing in the world.
Yes.
And you went in there with a closed mind.
Mm-hmm.
Or your closed mind is going to make it a horrible time.
Yeah, you just never know.
Yeah.
Never know until you try.
Think of the positives that you did encounter while you were there.
Yes.
And then next time you meet somebody that's going to that same place, be like, this is what I encountered.
Yeah.
Share the negatives too, but be like, well, I had a bad experience with the house I was in. Maybe it was just the house that I was in, or, something like that. Maybe the unit that your active duty spouse is in, maybe they weren't that great at the time. And now they will be. Mm-hmm. Maybe your spouse will be the one that makes the difference.
Yeah. You never know. Things can get turned around.
Maybe you'll be the one that makes the difference for the better. Maybe. Hopefully.
You should.
So, yeah.
You should. Yeah, I think that would be good. And I forgot what I was going to say.
Mm-hmm. I can't remember for you.
It was there and then it went away.
Flew away.
Yeah. Just be nice to everyone too, okay? Just be nice.
That's what I was telling my daughter this morning. I was like, be nice. If you see somebody being mean to somebody, you'd be like, why are you being mean? Nobody likes rude people.
No.
And I was like, and then you go tell a teacher or ignore them. And I was like, go stick up for the little ones.
Yeah. Stick up for your friends.
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. We're just trying to raise good people.
Always. Trying to be good people, raising good people.
Yeah.
You can only do so much.
Mm-hmm. I can only do so much for you. Like, it's a lot for me to take on. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to make your life better.
I'm really sorry.
I gotta think about myself.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Oh, we went to an axe throwing thing on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
It was so much fun. And I was like with a group of women that were all part of the squadron. And they were all having so much fun. And I was like, this is what it's about, like finding a community. And like, we don't all have, things in common. And we may not like hang out outside of events like that. But we all found common ground. And it was really fun. And everybody was having such a good time. And everyone was in a good mood. And I was like, this is what it's about. Like, how fun is this? And some of us didn't do that great throwing the axe. I did all right. I didn't do that bad. I came in third. and we still had a great time.
Yes, that is what it's all about. It's about finding that community. And even if like you don't see each other, you don't actually hang out outside of those types of things, it's still like getting together and like bonding at least.
Yeah,
knowing that there's those other people out there that are in your situation and they know the type of things you have to go through. It's really nice having an open mind with other people. It doesn't mean you have to be friends with them afterwards and hang out with them all the time. But, now that you, like, have seen them, especially if they're new or something, then you can at least, if you see them out at the commissary or something, you can say, oh, hey, hi, how's it going? Type of thing. It's the same thing when I went on that spouses retreat. I was nervous as hell because I didn't know a single person.
Yeah.
I had no idea who anyone was. But I went... and I conquered my fear.
Good for you.
And it was great because they were all so nice. And I had a hard time because that's not what I expected at all.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that I've met so many negative military spouses throughout wherever we've been.
But you see, you didn't let that get you down. You're like, well, I don't want to go because I don't want to meet any negative or, encounter any negativity from any other spouse. And so you put yourself out there and the universe delivered.
Yeah, it worked out. Like I wasn't, most of the women knew each other. They were already really bonded. They had good friendships and stuff too, but they still were very open and including and whatnot too. So it was really nice. And so I'm sure I'm not like the best of friends with anyone, and that's totally fine. But I got to hang out with some new women. I got to see like their perspective. A couple of them were Milton Mill spouses as well.
Oh,
and they shared struggles and stuff they've gone through in life, and it's it was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And we all had a good time. And so if I see them out in the street, I'll be like, oh, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
And not look down at them and be like, I don't need to be your friend. Like, yeah, you don't have to be my friend.
Yeah.
No.
I don't like your face.
Yeah.
We only hang out with blue-eyed people.
Oh, darn it. I'm out.
Yeah. No brown-eyed people.
I don't like them brown eyes.
I don't like the brown eyes.
Yeah. So it's really nice, just to have an open mind like that too. You never know, you might make a new friend that way too.
Yeah.
If you have a hard time making friends at a new place, put yourself out there.
Yes.
Do the things.
Yes. I say that all the time.
You will find good people. Don't be scarred by past negative experiences that you've had. I know I've had bad experiences with the Spouses Club before, so that's kept me away from it. Mm-hmm. But I know that I should at least give it another shot, especially when we move. It's a new place, new people. Mm-hmm. They're not going to all be the same.
You could start all over again.
Yeah, that's what we do a lot.
We do that a lot, yeah. So, was that you?
No.
I feel like someone's knocking. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
So, yeah. I think we went on a lot about what not to be.
Yeah. Here we are.
Here we are again. Here we are again, guys.
Jen, tell us about your little holiday you took with your husband.
So, I got the opportunity to go on a little getaway trip with my husband. It was our 10-year anniversary.
Uh-huh.
I feel it's still, blows my mind, especially being in 2020, and it just blows my mind that a whole new decade is starting. Yeah. I can't get over it.
Yeah. And for yourself and for the actual year.
For me, because so much has happened that last decade. Mm-hmm. You don't even realize it until all of a sudden it's gone and you're starting a new one. And oh my God, yeah.
You had children.
I had 2 kids and marriage and deployments and TDYs. And it's crazy to think of all the stuff that's happened just in 10 years. And looking at it now, it's it seems like such a short amount of time. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so for our 10-year anniversary, we got to go to Barcelona.
Yeah.
The lovely Veronica watched our children, so we didn't have to have kids.
I didn't watch them.
I let them run amok. Good. But, yeah, it was awesome. Getting up whenever we wanted to and having breakfast whenever we wanted to and only eating for 2 people and not 4 and...
Not having to chase children down.
Have to, talk them off the ledge of a meltdown or...
Calm down!
Yeah.
Why are you crying?
Hear them complaining about the cold because it was kind of chilly.
Yeah.
So I could complain about the cold and not listen to anyone else. But, yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. Amazing.
It was beautiful there.
Yeah.
I loved it. The culture.
The food.
Oh my God. There's we had a lot of tapas. Mm-hmm. And this one, I forgot what it's called, but it's these potatoes.
Oh, yes. I know exactly what you're talking about. Is it the spicy ones?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Dave's you need to make the sauce to put on your potatoes that you make. And I'm like, yes. Yeah. It was so good. Yeah. And I think it's probably super simple to make.
Yeah.
But it was one of their top things one of the top tapas.
Top tapas.
Top tapas that you gotta eat.
Yeah.
They were so good. Oh, we got those every time. Sangria and just wine and the beer. We had Barcelona has a brewery there. And they make one, I think it's called something like that. But it was really good. It's like a lager, so
okay.
It was quite interesting.
Yeah.
It was a big city, though, too. So we didn't expect how big Barcelona was.
Yeah.
But
we took the bus a lot when we were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. We just did the hop-on, hop-off bus just to take us to all the sites we wanted to go to. And, it was interesting.
Yeah, we took the city bus.
Mm-hmm.
And then our son was only like 4 months old. So we walked a lot just because we had him in like the Moby wrap.
Yeah.
So he would be nice and cozy in there. And then we sat at the park in front of the big church there.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't want to go in because the line was huge. And I was like, no, thank you.
Constantly. It's still not better.
So we sat outside in the park that's right across from a really pretty park on the benches. And there was this guy making giant soap bubbles. And we watched them like in the trance while I nursed. It was nice.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
It was probably the first time that he had been on an airplane, that we had taken him on an airplane. Or we had been on an airplane with a little one. I think that was the first trip. No. We went somewhere. We went to Germany with him. In the car, though. Mm-hmm. That was not fun. Because I couldn't nurse him, in the car. Be like, pull over, I got a nurse. I was a screaming child.
Not fun.
No. Anyways, I'm hungry. Food drives us.
It does.
It's our positive thing that we get out of everywhere we go.
It is.
Food.
What kind of food?
Yeah.
England doesn't have that great of food, but their breakfast I really like.
Yeah. I have not tried a minced pie because to me a pie is supposed to be sweet. Why is there meat in this one?
I haven't had the meat ones. I did have the ones over Christmas. They had the fruit in them. I haven't had a meat one though.
Like chicken pot pie? I can't. I can't. I was like, why is there chicken and veggies in this thing? I was like,
and gravy and just a terrible crust. Chicken pot pies are gross.
I can't. I just can't. It's not something that I wish to try. Be like, yeah. Everything else, I feel like I want to try. You're
not missing out. I promise.
Yeah, it's like this is not like a shepherd's pie. I'll eat that.
That's good. So good.
There's a lot of potato on it and veggies and the meat. Oh yeah, I'll eat that any day.
That's the perfect kind of pie.
Yeah. You don't take this crust where I would normally put apples and stick chicken in it.
No, and gravy and peas and carrots, and it doesn't taste good.
Yeah. There's no joy in making a pot pie. An apple pie, yes. You prepare your apples and you peel them and you make a nice caramel sauce for them. What do you do for that chicken? Did you go out and kill it yourself?
She butchered that chicken.
You butchered that chicken and then picked the corn? It's like, I don't know what to do with these rotting vegetables in my fridge. Let's just stick them in with the chicken and have this old pie crust.
Maybe that's exactly how it came about. It was just like, I have all these things that are about to go bad.
Yeah.
Let me all put it together in a pie.
That's how you come up with anything, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's not good.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever had one. No, I don't really care to have one.
Mm-mm.
But
I'm hungry now.
I'm always hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm always hungry. My husband cooked last night for the kids while I was at the gym, and he made chicken. I don't know what he put on it. It was pretty good, though. He just, baked it and then made these noodles. It was, a boxed noodle salad thing that my son absolutely loves. Every time he's like, oh, my God, it's the clam noodles. Because it's, they look like little clams.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's the clam noodles. And he wants to eat the whole thing by himself, the whole box. So he gets a pretty big helping. And then I came home from the gym and I sat down and I was on the phone with my mom. I was like, I'm hungry and I was trying to eat. And he's like, can I get some of your clam noodles? I was like, didn't you already eat? You monster.
Leave my portion alone, okay?
Yeah. I ended up having to give him a few little forkfuls of it. I was like, all right.
Those little turds.
Yeah, I was like, only because you're so cute and funny.
Yeah.
Oh, the other day we were coming back from we went to a pantomime on Friday night. Mm-hmm. For those of you who don't know what a pantomime is, it's here in the UK. They're very popular, and their plays, they're their own spin. They do their own spin on a play. So the one on Friday was Peter Pan, and the main character is usually played by the opposite sex, right? Mm-hmm. So Peter Pan was played by a female, and then they made Tiger Lily, one of the other main characters, was played by a man. And they're really silly and they get interactive with the audience. It's super fun. I loved it. And we took the kids, and I forgot the point of my story. Oh, on the way back, we kind of broke the law because Kyle rode with some friends on the way there. So we had enough, in Kyle's truck, we had enough room for me, the driver, and all 4 kids. And on the way back, I was like, well, I don't want to inconvenience anybody by having them to drive Kyle back to the house since they already picked him up. And I was like, how about we just let my son sit on my lap and I'll put the buckle over him. And it wasn't a far drive. And I was like, we're just gonna have to do that. Like, so we did. And I sat in the back with the 3 kids, the 3 younger kids. And your daughter sat in the front with Kyle, which is perfectly legal in the UK, by the way.
Yeah.
If you ride in the front seat.
It's weird, but it's true. It's
yeah.
crazy.
And so they were being super silly. There was a lot of penises and balls flying around. Not literally, the words themselves. And I had to, like, shut it down a few times. But then my son started saying something about the car. And he's like, down there in the engine-y bit. I was like, you're so British. In the engine-y bit. Like, what? And your son and I were dying laughing because he said
engine-y bit.
Yeah. And so it became a joke for the rest of the evening. It was like the engine-y bit. The car. Yeah. The British lingo that they have here.
Yes.
And I was like, it's sticking to him. It's like, I can't wait to see what the next duty station does to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go? And he's like, Texas. I was like, why Texas? He's like, I don't know.
He likes his 5-gallon hats.
And those 5-gallon hats, and he wants on a horse. Yeah. And the really...
He wants to ride a horse everywhere.
Yeah. He probably wouldn't. I bet he'd be terrified of one. Horses are terrifying, okay?
You know what? They're huge, and, you know... They could just buck you off.
They're unpredictable.
At any moment.
Yeah, they're unpredictable. They're beautiful and majestic, and I like to see them and maybe pet one.
But they're temperamental.
Yeah.
You just never know.
Be like, I'm tired of you riding on my back all the time, you fucking freeloader. Don't you have a vehicle that does this for you faster and more comfortably?
No.
Yes.
This is way better.
They have cars named after horses.
Horsepower.
Speaking of cars named after... You know what I saw the other day on the motorway? A Mustang. A right-hand drive Mustang.
Yeah.
I could not believe my eyes. And I was like, I thought they were just American-made cars.
I thought so, too. I saw one in Barcelona.
Did you really?
Not a right-hand driver, but still, like...
Yeah.
In Barcelona, I was like...
No, this one was a right-hand drive.
They made those anywhere else.
Yeah, I thought this was a right-hand drive, and I couldn't. It was like, what am I seeing? And I was texting Kyle, I was like, I just saw a right-hand drive Mustang. I was like, they're on the wrong side. They're on the wrong side. It was beautiful, though.
Yeah.
I have a sweet spot in my heart for Mustangs because it's my first car, and I love it.
Yeah.
I still love it. Yeah, but that. And I've seen, like, Jeep Wranglers, too. Right-hand drive ones.
Yeah, so I didn't know they had that either.
Yeah. When we first got here, we were looking for a car, and I came across a Chevy Tahoe. Like, that car is giant, right? It was a right-hand drive.
Really?
Yeah. It was, like, in London, so it's probably one of those, like, official cars for something.
I didn't think they would make those.
Yeah, I didn't think so either.
Because the Range Rovers alone are huge.
Yes.
But they're still narrow enough that they fit.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like, my American car, is wider than a Range Rover, I think.
I had to take the truck downtown on Friday, and I was terrified. I was like, at one point, I'm like trying to, right after I got off the motorway, and I was trying to navigate through the streets, and like your daughter's trying to say something to me, and I don't know what she was saying to this day. I still don't know. Because I was like focused on where I was doing. I was like, I'm so nervous driving this giant car.
Yeah.
It's like, we don't know where to park it.
On those tiny streets.
Yeah. But it was fine.
I know, you did it.
I did it.
Look at that. It was terrifying.
It was very terrifying.
But you did it.
And then I made Kyle drive on the way back as I had my child on my lap. I broke the law.
It's okay. Don't tell on us.
Yeah. I fought the law and I won. The law didn't win. I won.
The law did not win tonight.
Yeah, don't tell on me. Please. I didn't endanger my child. We had the seatbelt on. And it was either that or inconvenience somebody. I don't know. Anyways, here we are.
Here we are again.
There you are.
There you go.
Yeah. I don't have much to say.
No?
I don't have anything else to say. I'm done talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
That was good times.
Great.
I hope you all enjoy that.
Mm-hmm. Tell us where they can reach us, Jen.
Oh, yes. You can get at us at DEPENDAsplaining@gmail.com. We love to hear your emails and your questions and comments and answers.
Yeah.
And if you want to correct us on something or just have your input. We love it. You can also get at us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're there, and we'll listen.
Yeah. We had a lovely listener post something really sweet on Facebook for us.
We had a really nice review, and she was super sweet, and we love them. Keep them coming. Rate and subscribe us as well.
Our lovely friend Lauren left us a beautiful review on Facebook, and it says, "Love their podcast. I'm learning so much as a new military spouse, but they are so funny and just entertaining to listen to."
Thank you.
That's what we strive for.
That's all we really care about.
To make you laugh and entertain you, even if we're wrong, which I'm pretty sure like 72% of the time we're wrong.
Right.
Oh, yes. That's what I said too.
60% of the time, it works every time.
Every time. I'm almost positive that because I read this on the internet.
Yeah, that it's right.
I'm almost positive it's 100% right.
Yeah.
I read on the internet. Everything I know, I read on the internet.
The internet is all-knowing, okay? Duh. But that's all we want. We want you to be entertained and get some information out of it, too. That's what we hope that you're getting some decent information if you didn't know about a certain thing. And then also having fun with us as well. Yeah. Like we're right there with you.
Email us.
Conversations.
Yeah. Email us any questions or ideas for topics that you guys want to listen to us talk about. If you want to listen to us butcher that topic.
We're really good at that too.
Extra fun. We're hoping to have Lindsay in a couple weeks. Whenever the holiday is for her, because she works a lot.
Maybe next episode.
Lindsay is like a chicken with her head cut off currently. She's running around trying to look for her pants and trying to keep a stack of dishes on her shoulder, neatly stacked.
With a water jug on top of her head.
As she's trying to sign the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah, with her foot.
Picture that. See it in your mind? That's Lindsay right now. And we're right there behind her cheering her on.
Yeah,
we're like, you can do it!
You got this, girl.
Yeah. So, but hopefully she'll be here in the next episode, maybe the one following. We'll see what crazy shit comes out of her mouth, which is very entertaining.
Which is always something.
Always something. Okay, well, that's all we have for today. I hope we gave you guys a different outlook on how to present yourself and how to perceive others that are negatives. Negative Nancys. Negative Nelsons. Negative... I
was going to say something that's... Nope.
Yes,
name.
Yes.
Nope.
Say it. Nicholas. Nicholas.
Negative...
Nina.
Oh, Nina.
Negative Nina. Nicholas. Nancy. Nooner. Niner.
49er.
Nicholas. You and Nicholas. What other name starts with N?
I don't know.
Nothing. Oh, that starts with N?
Yeah.
What other name starts with N? Besides Nancy and Nicholas and Nina. Natasha.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. Anyways.
That's it.
Anyways.
That's all we got. That's all we got for you.
Yeah, send us your N names.
Noon.
By noon. In November. I need coffee. You need coffee. Let's go. Everybody, get in the car. We're going to burn to the ground. Anyways, we're going to go get coffee. We're going to get in the car. Let's go right now. And I hope to see you there.
Yeah.
Because wherever you go,
there
you are.